And we're live.
So the it seems like most people have forgotten that we're supposed to be locked down. One little thing that I do find interesting is that it seems like it's mostly the left who are pushing for these mail-in ballots to do the voting because the coronavirus. But then Al Sharpton leads that like gigantic procession of people at the Washington Monument, like 150,000 people or something like that, touching like it's a fucking concert. That doesn't mesh for me. But what I was really wanted to talk about was like, it seems like everybody forgot that we're supposed to be locked the fuck down so we can get rid of this goddamn virus so we can go back to going to the movie theaters. I want to see Tenet. I want to see Tenet so fucking bad. It's in Tenet. 70 millimeter. It's the new Christopher Nolan movie. It's like James Bond on crack. It's in 70 millimeter here in Atlanta. I could be going to that shit. But no. Fucking Billy Bob can't wear a fucking dust mask. He cuts his yard with one on, but you ask him to go to his favorite place in the world, Walmart, and wear one, and it's fucking
oppression,
communism all of a sudden. So I'm locked down. I'm still locked down.
Does anyone else not mind a mask so much? Like if I was the only guy wearing a mask, I would feel weird. But when everyone has a mask on, I
gotta tell you,
I don't like.
I have no issue with the mask. I have a gym like I go to, and like you have to wear the mask inside, and like I bring Lysol wipes with me. I wipe shit down. I got no issues with the mask. And after a certain period of time, I started to get annoyed with the mask. But like, never once have I been able to bitch about the mask because the people that bitch about the mask bitch about it so much. And it's not that bad, but it is fucking annoying. And I can't even sit here and go, man, masks are fucking annoying because the people that are bitching about the masks bitch so much. I don't even get to complain that I'm just like, yeah, I thought it sucks, but you're talking like it's the worst fucking thing that's ever happened in your entire life. I'm just like, I hate that it gives me this line on my beard. And that's all I think. And I'm like, sometimes like it is like, I like, I want to like, pop it down, smell the outside, or like breathe a bit better.
I don't like that it's muggy. It gets muggy in there fast.
Bro, mine smells like hash. Trust me, it sucks. But like, I don't complain about it because people that complain, like I've seen people complain on Facebook like every fucking day for so long that I'm like, bro, I honestly fucking like the mask now because you hate it so much you're bothering me.
You know what?
I'm okay about it.
Mask is that it's not even a mask thing, discomfort. It's like the feeling like that me and everybody else is partaking in like a retard ritual of nonsense is when you go into a restaurant and it's like you're talking to your friends with no mask on walking in, put the mask on for 5 seconds as they go, here's your table. And then you take the mask off and talk at each other and you're breathing everywhere. And then it's like, all right, you got to walk 9 feet back to the door. Better put those masks on. It's like, what is this orchestrated play we're putting on as though there is no fucking way that's doing anything. No way.
I've sat and I thought about it quite a bit. The first thing is like masks help, but the number one thing is social distance. So once you've opted to go inside of a restaurant and walk by people or even going outside where you're walking within 6 feet, you've already compromised yourself to an extent. And then when you go and you talk to your friends, you compromise yourself to an extent because who knows who your friend sees and how they've been compromised. But now that is compounded on top of the other amount. And then you walk into the restaurant, like that's another amount. Luckily, the waiter has a mask, so that's not compounded as well. And even though you're talking at the front, when you're walking like in the restaurant, you're not spitting as much everywhere on the restaurant. You go and you spit all over your table. You know what I mean? You spit with your friend in your faces and you have your little spit bubble, but it's not compounding on everyone else when you're walking through the common areas or the foyer or when you're standing at the front waiting to get a table. And it's just kind of like, imagine if you're in a bathtub, if you're in a foot of water, like you could drown in that, but you're not going to drown in a foot of water. But then you do another action. Now you're in 3 feet of water. You're not going to drown, but you have more of a chance of drowning than in 1 foot of water, but you're still not going to drown. And then like every little thing you do, you're like adding more water to the point where you potentially could or could not be compromising yourself to a point where like now it's like now you're going to get it. So I agree. I do some shit. I'm like, this is fucking dumb, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't compromise myself. Like I look at some stories, like some people's stories. I'm like, where are you? Where is that place? How are you doing this?
I haven't been inside of a fucking restaurant in months. I think the last time I went to a restaurant, it was like a fucking Red Lobster, and it must have been fucking 5 months ago or something like that.
When I do go to the lake for the acro training, I eat at restaurants.
I got oysters at a Red Lobster.
Oh, and that's your last memory of a restaurant.
I ate raw Red Lobster oysters.
I would take 6 months off also after that for sure.
At every restaurant in the Lake Hartwell area, one, the waitresses, they wear the mask below their nose, and which is just pretending to wear a mask, right? You know, it's like it almost seems like a protest to me. Like they make me wear this, but
it probably is a protest.
Yeah,
and a lot of dummies out there.
And then none of the patrons wear it because I heard the social distancing Harley made. I didn't think of that. I just felt like, well, if we're all gonna not wear it for the 90% of the time here we're eating, then let's not kid ourselves. That was my thought process.
Where do you eat in Hartwell?
But don't they have limited? Don't they have limited
Mexican place?
When do you eat there?
La Cabana.
Yeah.
Don't they have limited seating though? Another thing is like the restaurants
number 5.
Here.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. What's the number 5 before?
It's a beef enchilada and a cheese enchilada, rice and beans.
There's a guy that I fly with who speaks like 5 languages and just like knows food, and I just say what he's having. He orders in Mexican. Oh, Spanish.
Almost every time.
Senor, I need a burrito.
Every time I go to a restaurant, a new restaurant, I always ask the waiter. I'm like, yo, like I know you're fucking eating here for a year. What held up this whole time? Like, what's the one? You know. I almost always ask the waiter or waitress when I get to a place, but I'm also like, yo, I might not listen to you also.
Oh yeah.
I might not listen before you even say it. I might not listen.
Actually, we have a special oyster taco. Well, fuck that. I'm not going to have that.
Wait, what was I was about to
taco.
Oh, the restaurants here are limited capacity. It's like 30% the people.
Yeah,
like there's way less people, and I actually saw Tenet. I saw Tenet in theaters.
Did you like it?
I wore mask and shield combo. It was reserved seats, and it was just like I saw it it was like the shield and the mask. Just 'cause, like I'm in there and I'm like pulling it down to eat popcorn. And I had the whole row to myself. The row in front of me was empty. There was like a couple in the row in front of that. And the movie was fucking sick. It was cool as hell. It was like just fucking. cool.
I saw a guy in welding masks the other day.
Oh, that's hilarious. He's got like the electric one.
Harley, did the movie theater ask for the shield? Did you come up with that on your own? Did other people have shields?
I have to wear a mask. They said wear the mask. They said even while you're sitting, wear the mask. You have to keep the mask on. But they sell you popcorn, so it's things like that where I'm like, what are the rules? This is why people get mad.
There are no rules. It's just they have to tell you what to do.
Once the lights are out. Well, we can't see much.
No, they said the lights are out, but keep the masks on. But we can't see you, but keep the masks on.
Ridiculous. You're sitting still watching the movie.
Also, buy popcorn.
Version is based on movement. They're like raptors.
I thought you were serious. I'm like, let's see where this goes.
That's the Tyrannosaurus you're thinking of?
Oh, shit. I thought it was COVID.
I might go. I might actually like fucking mask and goggle up and fucking go because I really want to.
I brought Lysol wipes. I
don't want the fucking coronavirus.
I went to a VIP restaurant.
Don't tell me I'm not going to get it.
I went to a VIP theater.
You don't know. I hope you get it.
Oh, you bitch! You get it too.
That's one thing I do.
If I get it, I'm gonna bioweapon you.
I won't get it because I wear exclusively a deep sea diver helmet.
And then he can send it to me.
I'm gonna send my fucking GPU to your house with a fake letter that said, "Hey, I knew you wanted one of these," and I'm gonna have like coughed all the fuck over it,
dude. So my friend works. I don't want to say where he works. I won't out him, but they got a package from Mexico recently with a live tarantula in it. And and everyone is like, "Well, fuck, like." How are the rest of these boxes? What is going on? There's a big safety, like, I don't know. People are shipping them live tarantulas.
I have to be able to guess where your friend works just by this box. If I think about it,
I can tell
what kind of job would get a live tarantula.
I don't think you'll get it, but go ahead.
Tarantulas aren't.
No, it's got it. But there can't be many jobs like that where you would get something like that, right?
A scientist.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I don't think that they are in the business of shipping tarantulas. I think that he sent like some regular shit, and there's happened to be a tarantula in the box because it came from Mexico, where apparently there are tarantulas.
So they did not purchase a tarantula. It was like, oh, here's our new masks.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, masks will not protect you from spiders.
Well,
and those are way scarier than corona.
Would you? What are some things you'd rather do than literally get injected with the coronavirus?
I'd rather do than get injected with the coronavirus.
What are the worst things? Like, would you get pepper sprayed every day for a week rather than the coronavirus?
Hell no!
Wow.
Give me the
I would do that. I would
take that. I was just.
I'll take it too.
I just don't know the long-term effects yet.
Also, it's a surprise. It's a surprise pepper spray.
Oh wait, that makes it way worse.
Yeah. You don't know when it's coming.
If it comes at 11 p.m. like one day, and you've been spending your whole day like this, and then you burn, and you're like, oh, and then at 1 a.m. you're finally getting into bed the next day. Boom, the double.
That's exactly how it goes.
Damn it, Kyle, my backpack was full. I almost escaped from Tarkov.
That changes shit. The fact that
you're driving to work, you're on the interstate, and an arm just reaches from the back seat and goes, you asked for this.
No, the week is canceled. I do nothing. I just stay home and I wait. You lie in bed
VR
and
headset
wait.
on.
Yeah.
That sucks because it gets
just waiting for somebody to go and then put it back on.
Okay, how about this? What's the amount of roaches you would have to consume or be forced to consume in one sitting rather than get corona? It doesn't have to be injected into you. It's just some corona person sneezes in your face and it's a
live roaches.
They're live roaches and they're the hissing Madagascar cockroaches. How many of those are you going to mow down?
Let me get a picture of the hissing
Madagascar cockroach.
I need to know what this motherfucker looks like.
We all watch Fear Factor?
No!
Yeah, they're the real deal ones. That's why they pick them. They're very ugly bugs. And I guarantee you have to get like 6 or 7
It's going to be like a gusher for sure also. It'll be like
dude, it's a roach. Like after that first chew, that thing's probably still
look how big they are.
Yeah, it's on a hand. I'm showing everyone.
Those are awful.
Yeah, this is the picture Kyle's showing.
So how about this? Let's start with 5.
What's crazy is there's people in the world that are like, bro, those are delicious.
All right, let me ask you this. Can I kill
China.
them with my hands first?
Nope. It has to be a mouth kill.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna start off with the front.
I'd rather kill them with my teeth in a weird way.
Treat that cockroach like it's a fork and just chow down on it.
Yeah, I would take it like, you know what? Fuck it. I think I was gonna choose Corona, but like this is where you get to know yourself. Fuck it, man. You're a Homo sapien, bro. Fuck this bug. Eat his ass up. Like our ancestors would be like, what? Eat that now. Eat it. It's true. You're right. Everyone would.
Those are some juicy cockroaches.
Yeah, for 5, I would definitely eat the bugs. The problem with the corona is there's not enough data out there. But you read like, ooh, there's long-term heart problems that go with this. There's long-term respiratory problems that go with this. And I'm like, fuck. Even if my respiratory got 10% worse from here going forward, I would so much rather eat 5 bugs.
Yeah, the more I've like, and that was what one of my big concerns was.
What if they're biting
like the respiratory thing? But I think that like a lot of the people who get their lungs fucked from it already had like lung problems, and it made them double susceptible to it. I'm sure there are people who got fucked, but it seems more common that like people who have lung problems get exacerbated. But
One
I
of
might
the comorbidities is obesity, and I might have to check the BMI charts again, but we're threading that needle.
Oh, I'm on a razor's edge. Either way, am I going to have a snack tonight? I don't know.
It really depends on my salt intake and bloating on the next day.
What about the African cave-dwelling spiders that they ate on Fear Factor?
I would rather die from COVID than have to eat God. God's not real.
God's not real. That's how
I'd rather everyone gets COVID than me eat that. Everyone gets COVID.
I would rather every baby that's alive right now exploded than to have to even touch one of those
The
fucking
thing
things.
is all exoskeleton. There's hardly any. Even Taylor couldn't get the meat out of that.
No.
Now
There's
you've
no meat
challenged
on. I just imagine you sucking the ass of that thing so hard, and we're terrified of it because it's just repugnant. I don't even want to look at it right now. But imagine the fear in its 8 little eyes when you pick it up nonchalantly and start sucking its ass. It's just like, no.
Some of us are into that.
Start off gentle. Get them into it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
So Kyle, you're saying you'd rather have the Rona than eat the roaches?
Man, if I'm being honest, yeah.
Think about it.
Really?
We're young and healthy. We're going to get to cut a couple pounds on Rona. Lose a little weight?
No,
You win me
I don't.
over.
I don't want the corona at all. But god damn it, I couldn't eat that bug.
I lost 8 pounds, all muscle.
Exactly. That's how it goes.
Well, it'd be mostly water weight, I guess. Just dehydrated, piss and shitting, right? Or that's how the stomach flu was for me.
It'd throw me way off. I feel like I might get pretty sick from eating those bugs too, though. If I'm being honest, I couldn't eat those fucking bugs.
Yeah, and it's Fear Factor rules. If you throw them up, the corona guy gets to come cough in your face.
Shit.
Double jab.
No, Joe Rogan with corona gets to come cough in your face.
Yeah,
We could get him on the show, maybe.
You have to have a
He's got to
40-minute
get on a little
conversation with
stepping
him
stool to do
on
it. But
DMT. Yeah.
Hey, Joe, while you're here, I have a little podcast myself.
Oh, that's neat, man. It's a podcast about DMT. Oh, you want to come on? Cool. We're all Googling. So when I did DMT, it was pretty cool.
yeah, I couldn't eat those fucking bugs. But I would take a lot of pain and like humiliation. Like I'd get like an awful tattoo, or like I'd get like punched and knocked out, or I'd fight a UFC fighter.
I'd eat the bugs before all those things.
That's a lot more dangerous than corona. To be in a full bout with a UFC fighter, you're gonna have brain damage.
He's probably gonna choke me unconscious.
Right.
The worst case scenario, he kicks me in the head and I get another
It's Brock
concussion.
Lesnar though.
Here's the thing, Taylor. You're not allowed to punch someone in the back of the
Who's
head
the
in the
best
UFC.
striker?
So my technique is to walk backwards towards him and let him choke me. It's genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will offer no resistance, sir.
But there are rules protecting you from punching me here.
Just kidney shots until you turn around.
You're pissing blood for the rest of your life.
I should have taken the corona.
Yeah, I couldn't eat those bugs. That's a real hard stop for me is eating those cockroaches and that spider. Frankly, I couldn't do either of those things. I really couldn't if I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah, I don't want to eat bugs ever.